Good day, everybody. My name is Tunde Ajibola, and I'm glad to be your host or the teacher that is going to be taking the topic idea generation and validation. I am so glad, I'm very happy that the organizer of this event, of this masterclass, contacted me to take this topic. And it has always been a thing of joy whenever I see a young Nigerian that is interested in ensuring that other young Nigeria make a lot of progress in this generation. I have a friend that has massively touched my life, and is someone that has this great idea that the country Nigeria should produce a lot of entrepreneurs that will touch the country positively. He believed that this country should not be filled with people that are poor, that are struggling to make ends meet. That this country should not be a country where the Western world will be bringing out all sorts of statistics claiming that more than half of our population are poor. And this masterclass is something that is moving people away from finishing school and struggling to go and work for someone when they can obviously work for themselves. I believe that at the end of this class, we will all be very, very happy that we took our time to listen to this class. First and foremost, let me tell you about myself, because it will be very bad for me to be taking you through this class and will not tell you one or two things about me. Like I said earlier, my name is Tunde Ajibola. I am an IT entrepreneur, an IT administrator. Obviously, I'm so many things. I am a pastor. I'm a trader. I sell. I do digital advertising and so many things. And most importantly, I'm also running an IT company. Beyond that, in recent times, looking at some opportunity that is available in our country, myself and some of my friends are teaming up together to bring the next disruptive technology that you all are going to hear about in a short while. Just ride with me as I take you through this topic. Idea generation and validation. This is where the whole thing started. All the big businesses that we hear about today, the Google, the Microsoft, the Facebook, even down home here, System Spec, the owner of Remita, and some other organizations started from an idea. And I will say to you that this day, idea generation is a buzzword these days that I even wonder if it has always been in existence before now. Because it has become something that virtually everybody is talking about this day. And I think it is something that is really, really important for us to have a look at and see how we can also generate idea to create the next Google and Facebook. idea generation and validation. Let us dive into it. Naturally, in my class, I always want to ensure that the students have an idea of what they're going to learn at the end of the class. First, at the end of this class, we all will have an idea of what the term idea generation means. The term idea validation, what does it mean? How to generate ideas, how to validate ideas, what to do with ideas that are invalid, the objective of owning or starting a business. And I want to say that we all are going to enjoy this class. Idea generation is a process of looking for opportunity in a world that is full of opportunity. You see, when we hear the word idea generation, people sort of wondered what is idea generation. But the truth about idea generation is simply a process by which you look for opportunities that are available that you can monetize eventually. A number of things will always come to our mind whenever we say things that could be of benefit to mankind. Some ideas are being created by the owner of the idea just to make money, but some are looking at saving the generation, saving the world, and seeing opportunities that could be of benefit to people. And if we define idea generation as a process of looking for opportunity, it will be a lot easier for us to understand what it is. Note this: we are looking for opportunity to set up business, and the end game is to be able to monetize that opportunity that we see. If it will not produce money, then it is not worth our time. This is where we will come into another term that is very, very important, that they call validation. But let us look at how to generate ideas. Idea generation is not something that is coming out of a thin air. It is actually what we all do every blessed day of our life. I have a friend that we were living together at a particular time, some decades, some couple of years back, rather, at least more than a decade, almost going to like 20 years now. This, my friend, every evening, I will see him lying down on the couch and he will tell me that he is thinking. I'm not surprised today he owns a very big organization, because all those periods that he claimed that he was thinking, he was actually generating ideas. Idea generation is something that we all should take as a priority that we should be doing all the time. One of the terms I learned not recently is the word resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is a process by which you take advantage of the innate ability that you have within to generate opportunity. In generating idea or in starting up a business, the very first thing that you need to look at are what are your existing assets. What are your existing assets? Our existing asset is actually things like our skill, our knowledge, and our ability. There are some natural things that we're born with. There's some natural ability that we have. We could look at a way to monetize that ability if it's going to help people. Some of us are in school to learn a skill and to gather knowledge. Those skills and the knowledge that we're gathering, they are actually going to be useful to us in idea generation. This is my skill, what can I use it for? Let's look at the example of Mark Zuckerberg that created the company Facebook. Mark is a programmer, and Mark used his programming skill to create Facebook. And today, a lot of people are dying over their heels to give their money to Mark every day in the name of advertising on Facebook. Mark skill and knowledge has created a business for him. Mark's skill and knowledge has created a business for him. I need to stress that again. A lot of people have different skills. Some could sell very well. Some could teach. Some knows things that some other people do not know. All these are things that you could monetize and create a business out of it. Another way to generate ideas, something that you could look at, is to tap into your interests and hobbies. There is a game called Tech Ball. Tech Ball is a game that looks like a table tennis, but this is not table tennis. It's actually football that is played on table tennis board. But the board is a little bit different. It's a little bit slanted compared to table tennis board. The guy that created Tech Ball was actually a football player that has gotten to the end of his career. Getting to the end of his career, he knew he could not make money again. And he had to look for what he could do with his skill to generate ideas, and he created Tech Ball. Tech Ball has been adopted by International Olympic Commission, and a Tech Ball board table is £2,000. Now he's making a lot of money from his interest and hobbies. So many guys are doing that. I know a woman, she so much enjoys cooking, and she makes beautiful moi moi. When she struggled and struggled to make money, and everything was not just looking like it should be, this woman started making moi moi, and today she's a millionaire. Tap into your interests and hobbies and generate ideas from it. What about those things that you had bought before, or those things that you have, that you are not satisfied with the way it is. I remember the story of Nike. Nike was created because the owner of Nike was not satisfied with the type of running shoes that was available to him before he started Nike. The running shoes was not very, very comfortable, and he felt that I could make it better. He created a better running shoe, and that better running shoe is what created the company Nike, that is $1 billion company today. If you're not satisfied with something, create a better one and monetize it. What about examining old stuffs and look to create a better one? It looks like the former idea, but these are situations and ways. There are things that you see that are generally in use. It might not necessarily be you using it, but some other people, and you think you could make something better. You just create it. Something better. The being better could be in price. It could be in packaging. It could be in service. It could be anything. And you will make money from it. Another idea that I want us to take note of is that you should be observant when traveling. Whenever you're traveling, ensure you are observing everything that you are seeing. Notice them, because it could just spark something within you, and you will be able to replicate some of those things in your own area. How did some guys bring ATM to Nigeria? Jumia, Konga, are they not Amazon or eBay or Alibaba? Those are the companies that the people that brought Jumia and Konga saw, and they created Jumia and Konga to us today. And I want to tell you, they are not small organizations today. They're making a lot of money. I need you to know something. This is 2018. And the world has been existing for close to 6,000 years. If the world has been existing for close to 2,000 years, and your idea has not been in the world till now, and the world is existing, who says the world cannot live without your idea? But the only way you will know if your idea is going to be effective, people are going to buy your solution, people are going to see a need, is to do what is called validation. Validation is a process of determining if an idea can be monetized or not. Because the purpose for going into business is to be able to make money. Somebody says, I want to go into business because I want to help people. If you cannot bring the idea to them, if it's not useful to them, you will not be able to help them, irrespective of how much help, how much love you have for people. So, idea needs to be validated. Did you validate your idea? That is a very, very important question. Do not just get an idea and run into the market. When you run into the market and you spend a lot of money on the idea, you will discover that that idea is not marketable. That idea is not what you can sell. You will just end up accruing so many debts to yourself. Now, this brought to my memory the story of the man called Thomas Edison. Before Thomas Edison, people had attempted to make electric light bulb. Obviously, we've been told by history that Thomas Edison invented electric light bulb. He didn't invent it. Some other guys invented electric light bulb. But Thomas Edison was the guy that was able to bring out the version that can be commercialized. He tested so many, and those ones that he tested were not validated in the market because they could not burn for long until he eventually got one that people can buy. And today, we still have General Electric with us, despite the fact that Thomas has died several years ago. How to validate idea? The very first thing that you need to do when you want to validate your idea is to check if other people have the same idea. A quick Google search will show you if your idea is existing. And knowing that your idea is existing and it's being sold in some other places is a very great validation that the idea can be marketed. But the question is, can it also be sold in your area? If other people have the same idea, that you have, that means it's obviously something that can be marketable. Another way is to seek feedback from others concerning your idea. Seeking feedback from others concerning your idea. Ask your friends, people that you trust, that will obviously not steal your idea. Ask them, what do they feel about this idea? Do you think it's going to be marketable? Will people love this? After listening to all their feedback, it will show you whether that idea is validated or not. Another thing that is very, very important is to know if there is demand for the product or solution you are bringing into the market. It's a lot easier to create a product for a demand that is in existence before than to create demand for a product. If there is demand for a particular product and you bring in the product or the solution, you will make money very fast. You will not have to spend so much on advertising. You will not have to spend so much on make people aware of what you are selling or what you are bringing into the market or what you are producing, because there is already demand for the products. Another way to validate is to make the prototype and see if it can really do what you think it can do. You know, a number of times people have a lot of idea and they draw it out so beautiful and everything, but by the time they bring it to the market, they will discover it just couldn't do what they want it to do. Lastly, can it make money? If it cannot, trash it. What if my idea is invalid? Does that mean that I should throw it away? No. Invalidation is a process of learning and relearning. Now let's look at an example of an idea that you make a prototype and it just couldn't do what you wanted to do. You go sit down again and look at, can it do something else? You must have heard about the story of Viagra. It wasn't made for the purpose it is being used for now. It was made for something else. Or you would have heard the story of rubber in the factory. The rubber, or what is it? A polymer. Yeah, that is a polymer. It was a byproduct of another product. Something else is what they were looking for, and they saw it. Those are examples, but there are ways by which you can use something that you've already created for a particular purpose and use it for another thing. If it will not work as what you intend that it should do, think of something else it can do and start marketing it on that part. Sometimes when an idea is invalidated, all you just need to do is to just add or remove a little from it, then it can work. So invalidation is just actually a process of learning and relearning, knowing what can work and what cannot work. Back to Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was asked a question that how many times do you try to produce an electric bulb? And he said thousands of times. And the guy said that, how do you feel wasting all those time? He said, no, I didn't waste those time. I actually used those time to know a number of times it will not work. So he knows all the different ways by which it won't work until eventually he got the one that is going to work. So make an adjustment on it and do everything possible to see if it's going to work. But if eventually it's not going to work, trash it. You do not need to be emotionally attached to an idea, because we are all out to make money and help people. If it's not going to help people or make money for you, move to something else. You want to become an entrepreneur because you want to make money. And if an idea cannot make money, then we need to let it go while we look for something else. So, coming to the end of this class is been a pleasure that I've been able to run through this class, and I'm very, very glad that you all have been with me since the beginning of the class till now. Since the beginning of the class till now. I'm very happy and I'm glad that you stayed with me. It has been inspiring, and I want to say that I wish you success in your journey to become an entrepreneur. There's a lot of opportunity in the world. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. I'm stressing that, think outside the box, because most of the time we are only limited by ourselves. How tall can a tree grow? A tree can grow as much as it can grow. How tall can a human being grow? A human being can grow as much as he wants to grow. You can become whatever you want to be. So do not limit yourself based on your environment. Do not limit yourself based on the resources available, because you need to be resourceful. People that are resourceful are not living based on resources. They can see beyond their nose. Thank you very much.